Yo, what's up guys? So welcome to my patch 9.13 mid lane solo queue tier list. As always, running through some of the strongest champions of this patch and just having a little bit of a discussion about some of the changes that occurred and why champions are in specific tiers. So jumping straight into it with my S tiers, we have the Ahri and the Malzahar. These are the same for the last couple of patches actually. Nothing really has changed with these two champions. You do see Mordekaiser, my pick of the patch. The OP tag is on the Mord. Mord right now is manaless. He has heaps of damage, he can get tanky as fuck, has CC, he offers every single thing you want in a mid laner right now, except for mobility. The one thing he lacks is that mobility, so you have to be very careful how you position in lane, what you do with your waves. But other than that, Mordekaiser, stupid, completely broken. Moving across, we saw the Roa was buffed. This means that Twisted Fate and Kassadin are both even stronger on this patch. Twisted Fate, you're still getting a lot of the Kleptomancy builds with the Triforce, still good. There's certain scenarios where you want the AP, there's certain scenarios where you want the AD in your comp. It is up to you to decide. Aatrox and Talon, the two best AD picks of the patch. Aatrox, as always, mindless shoving machine. Get that 30-40% CDR, shove everybody in. You can chop and change your runes, you can go Electrocute, you can go Conqueror. You can work it out for yourself. You have Talon, AD Assassin, by far better than Zed, and by far better than Jace at the moment. Talon is really performing very well on these patches, especially with that Tiamat, hard shoving, moving around. He's not taking as much poke and bully as he used to. The one thing you've got to be careful of is you don't want to be playing Talon into things like the Renekton and the Camille mid, which is appearing more and more often on these patches. Lastly, we have that Neeko. You have Glacial Neeko, you have On-Hit Neeko. Definitely go for the Glacial, in my opinion. On-Hit is really only if you're like a really high caliber Neeko player and you need a little bit of AD in your comp. As of right now, grab that Glacial, kind of run it similar to an Ahri. You're going the GLP, the Spooky Ghost, looking for picks all game. Moving down now to my A tiers, we see the Karma. I should have put Karma in my S tiers last patch. I didn't grasp fully how strong she would be with the buff that she received. She received a nerf this patch, which kind of reverted her, but she still benefits from the Q slow buff, and also the empowered E buff is still there. So I think Karma is still a great champion to pick up. It's probably the best champion if you're auto-filled from jungle top. If you're auto-filled from any role, you end up in the mid lane, you don't know who to pick, you cannot be fucked to play Malzahar. Go ahead and pick up that Karma. It's a very simple champion, very straightforward, and in the meta right now, it fits very well. Moving across, we have the Taliyah. I actually really like Taliyah. It's being picked a lot in the pro leagues at the moment by people like the UCal. You got people even in it's really highly contested in the LCK, but then you don't see it in the LCS or the LEC that often. So I guess we're gonna have to see what happens at Rift Rivals. That's gonna be starting up. I believe Rift Rivals is tonight, maybe tonight or tomorrow. So that's gonna be interesting. What else do we have appearing? Sylas got buffed this patch, guys. I think Sylas is definitely creeping up as to being still very strong, still that annoying champion in the mid lane. I reckon maybe, just maybe, a tank Sylas build with Conqueror, with a Roa, something like that. I think there's definitely a style where Sylas is very strong. As of right now, everyone's still trying to figure things out. We see the Aurelion, Roa buffed, Aurelion is stronger, it's beautiful. It's kind of a shame. I thought they had on the PBE for a little bit there, where it's like 1% stacking extra damage from Roa. They took this away, so I thought maybe Cassio, things like the Swain, the Aurelion were going to be broken. They took this away. All they did was made Roa 100 gold cheaper. At the end of the day, that's a pretty huge buff, do you know what I mean? Like, you can back much earlier. It's an earlier spike to getting stacking, so it's going to be a lot of momentum is going to be in your favor. But overall, the Roa buff, it's pretty small still, and it's not going to make like a random champion like Swain go from C to fucking S tier in one patch. Absolutely not. Moving down now to my B tiers, you can see Diana. It's creeping up. I love Diana at the moment. Diana actually got a quality of life buff on her Q. Q's going quicker, shum. And there's also a bug where you can get a lot of, you can get additional ult off because the Moonlight isn't resetting. So if you hit 2 members with your Moonlight, but you ultimate to the first one before the second one hits, you can go boom to the first one, boom to the second one, and then you still have that reset because the 2 Moonlight doesn't reset. So this is actually a pretty big buff if you know how to utilize it and abuse it. I don't know if it's intended or not, but Diana right now is getting pretty good win rates, and she actually performs very well right now in this meta. I'm not too sure on the builds. I've always liked the Proto Hourglass type build, but I know that a lot of people like the Spellbinder Deathcap. Also, people trying to say Roa Nash's build back. I don't really know. I know that Diana right now is okay. and we're just gonna have to wait and see how she turns out on the patch. Syndra got buffed. 10 mana per level. Wow. 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 10 mana per level. Thank you very much. Ryze has been reworked, but I think that Ryze is he's strong, yeah? But I think there's less room for outplay with the note, like they took away his shield now. So Ryze is a much, he's a simpler champion. I think his win rate did go up, but overall, I think maybe they need to add a little bit more damage or something as a trade-off for having less survivability now. Like Ryze level 16, it's still great, but it just feels like it's missing something to really put it up at that A and S tier. And then you can still see the Renekton, the Crocodile. I think these bruiser mids, the Camille Renekton, if you're good at them, you can go like Q mid top. Just play literally Camille Renekton only if you're good at those two champs. Straight up. You're going to climb straight up on these patches. They perform very well. Moving down now, lastly to my not optimal tiers. Pretty much the dog shit champions I do not recommend playing. You can play these champions if you want. I would recommend S and A tier champions almost exclusively. If you don't like them, go for a B. If you're just a for fun player, you want to go and play some... Like, you can climb playing Aurelia if you're Aurelia God. A general statement of me saying to people Aurelia is good for climbing is not good. I do not give it out, because to play in Aurelia, to make it good, you have to be in such a small percentage of mechanical players and play every single scenario correctly that I just cannot recommend it. This goes exactly the same for Akali. Jace, unfortunately, has seen several nerfs. Jace is not in a good state right now. You're better off playing Talon. Lissandra, what did they do to Lissandra, man? Like, what the just tragic. I literally told them with that Q buff. one of the balance members, I'm like, this is gonna kill Lissandra if you... I'm pretty sure they added like 3 or 4 seconds on her Q early, so you can't shove it all. This is gonna kill Lissandra. You're never gonna see it again. Guess what? Never gonna see it again. It's just tragic, man. Victor, too slow tempo. Galio saw buffs a couple of patches ago. Nowhere near enough. Karthus, they killed Karthus in the jungle, and by killing it in the jungle, they've murdered it. Like, they've absolutely slaughtered it in the mid lane. It's even like, oh, what are these designers think? What are these balance people thinking, man? Holy shit. So that's it for my 913 patch, guys. I hope you have enjoyed it. Hope you guys can climb in the patch if you're not grinding TFT, which is a really fun game mode, which I am playing and I'm improving at. So until next time, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.